So I just finished watching a video from Raoul Pal again, once again talking about him, and he was going through the what he calls as the economic singularity, and I thought it was extremely interesting. And again, some of the concepts that he talks about are not new per se, like they come back to the narrative and the ideas and concept that he always talks about, basically. But it was just a nicely packaged piece of content, really, that I thought I would share some of my main takeaways, really, and of course definitely go check out Real Vision if you want to have a much more in-depth version of it. But basically, the main tenet that he talks about is that we have 5 years now to unfuck our futures. And what that means for him, and why he says that, is because by 2030, so many of the economic and societal tenets upon which our current society, the way that we know it, is built, will completely have shifted. And already when he recorded that video, it was 2024, like pretty much 12 months ago. And at the time, I think ChatGPT was operating on GPT-3. So even then, now we are on GPT-4. GPT-5 is about to be released, and so many new developments have happened in the span of a few months, right? So, let's just imagine how much more will change by the time that 2030 comes around. Again, this economic singularity, the principle upon which it's built is, going back to the formula for GDP, which is the thing that drives economies at the end of the day, which, as he defines it, is built upon three pillars, which is population growth, productivity, and debt. And I mean, it's no surprise, but I'm sure most of you guys have heard about populations shrinking massively. I'm Italian, I live in London, so I know, especially in Europe, the trends has been going downhill for such a long time, but also in so many other economies. I mean, pretty much most of the developed world, population numbers are shrinking. Productivity is also lagging, especially because of aging workforces, which goes hand in hand with the population shrinking as well. We don't have enough people kind of replacing the aging workforce that we have. And that, we're just recycling that at this point. So we're borrowing up to pay for past borrowing that we've built up in the last decades. So the old engine of this economic growth is kind of dying at this point. And so, kind of starting from this understanding of where we are at right now, what's coming next? Two forces that are completely rewriting the economic formula as we know it. One is AI as infinite intelligence, basically, and two is cheap and almost free renewable energy. So if we think about it, AI is replacing knowledge work across industries, as we know, and not just coders or marketers. I mean, people now vibe coding left, right, and center. People that have never written a line of code, just building fully profitable businesses. But also lawyers, surgeons, analysts, even creators. These models are like polymaths that at the moment have an IQ of like 100, which is like an average IQ, but the difference, like an average person's IQ, but of course they have it across every single topic ever. So not just like one specific industry. And that's today. So in 5 years, Raoul thinks that we're looking at models with IQs of 1,000 plus, so absolute geniuses. And then you combine that with near zero cost electricity, thanks to things like renewable and nuclear, which is where a lot of like Europe, for example, is investing into. Asia as well. The US is lagging behind on that. So the two coupled together, you get insane productivity at scale. And when intelligence and energy are infinite and basically free, the entire system, flips on its head. So what does that mean for us, kind of normal retail investors? One, businesses will be built from a prompt, basically, and we've seen this already. We see it left, right, and center. I'm on LinkedIn a lot, and honestly, I see so many people just like building so fast, not even having an idea, and then kind of taking that and just using tools that are already there, like Lovable, Replete, like all these AI enabled softwares and platforms that help you build on top of that using AI. Everyone is kind of becoming profitable in the span of like a few weeks, basically. Um, billion-dollar startups might have no human employees. I mean, we've talked about this before. I think it's within reach. We've seen already these extremely lean um, teams that are creating unicorns. I think we're not that far away from having a complete, like a unicorn with one employee, basically. And the pace of innovation really becomes exponential, and that's where we kind of lose sight of what's to come. And that's also why Raoul Pal doesn't go beyond 2030. And again, this could be 2031, 32. It's not an exact date. Of course, he can't see the future, but it's basically it's faster than we think, it's closer than we think, and it's really hard to predict what comes after, because none of us have been there. I mean, it's going to be unlike any other kind of revolution that has ever been. So I think the main takeaways for me, and hopefully for you guys as well, is if you're not learning how to use AI or investing in it, you're definitely going to get left behind. And Raoul kind of already predicts the rise of agentic AI. So, like sending, for example, like an AI intern to Fiverr who's going to build your own business, market it, launches it in a day, basically. And so to kind of like wrap it all up, this is why Raoul really talks about crypto, really talks about Nasdaq and the tech stocks, and that's also why honestly I've so changed my own standing with it. Like, I really put my money where my mouth is. And this is why he's so bullish on crypto and exponential tech specifically. In a world of infinite intelligence, and zero cost productivity, value doesn't flow to humans unless we build the infrastructure to capture it. So that's where blockchain steps in, for example. And again, with that crypto, of course, it lets us preserve digital scarcity in a world where knowledge becomes worthless, basically, if you think about it. So crypto, AI, and decentralized networks are the rails of this new economy upon which all of this will be built. So I fully agree with this, and kind of putting it all together. Let's learn AI tools, not just prompting, but actually building with it as well. And it's something that I personally want to start doing way more. Invest in exponential tech, not just legacy systems, but that's what the future is. So for us, that means if before we were over investing in S&P 500, I've rebalanced my own portfolio to make it much more tech exposed, including Nasdaq, robotics, and things like these, and also clean energy. And also means wealth means for you in a way, lifestyle, freedom, options. Kind of prepare yourself and have a lot of self-reflection before this completely and increasingly different time comes, basically, and have your priorities straight before that time. And finally, in an extremely and increasingly digital and technologically enabled world, building community is going to be ever so important. So that's where purpose and resilience will come from. And so in as much as you can, join community or actually build yourself, something community centric, that's going to be very important. So we've got 5 years, that's it. Let's try and sort our financial systems, let's invest with intention and really try and future proof our life now. And this is not doom. It's not to scare us all away. I mean, the first time that I kind of interacted with these type of notions, I got very freaked out, to be honest. I was like, oh my god, is it too late? Is it, what's going to happen? Am I going to lose my job? And etc., etc. I think it's the time of opportunity. There's never been such a huge window of opportunity to create exponential wealth. And if we are fast, if we are intelligent and curious and open-minded, and we learn about these systems and we lean into these, then we're going to be fine, and we're going to be on the winning side of history, basically. Unlike people that continue to not want to see reality, that continues saying, oh, crypto as Bitcoin has reached an all-time high, that's it, that's the demise, it's going to fall. We don't want to be like those. So I think that's it on my side. Quick and short and sweet one, as I'm trying to do these days, but hopefully, kind of inspired you. I'm going to link the Real Vision link down below. So go and check it out, please. Really, let's pay our homage to Raoul Pal and his work. And I will see you soon. Bye.